Hey teacher, and welcome back to your Sunday Spark. This whole week I'm excited to talk to you about leadership and being a leader. And this is so important for teachers to address because I've been seeing a lot of this, and it's something that I really felt that I needed to talk about because, and it's a little scary to talk about, I'll be honest, because what I'm going to say might not be so popular to some people out there. But I gotta be honest and tell it like it is. So I hope that you find some value in it. And I really do want to know, what are some of the leadership positions that you've had in your time as a teacher and in your career? Please share them below. You know, I want to know what they are, and I want to know about your experiences, because some of what I say is going to be a little bit of a generalization, but I definitely have found through talking with a lot of educators, what I'm saying is true. So the first thing is that the leadership that I'm going to talk about that is available to teachers just kind of in the normal yearly position is the type of leadership that does not require you to have another degree or to move up to like an AP position or a principalship position, anything like that. I'm going to talk about leadership in the sense of maybe that comes with being a social committee chair, or maybe like a resource teacher or a lead teacher in your department. And I really wanted to talk about these two because, number one, they're the ones that I have the most experience with, but they're the two positions that I really feel that teachers have the most opportunity to have without going outside or, you know, like really higher up to engage in, and the ones that I really feel that teachers are not able to effectively lead, that is going to change and empower with the true meaning of leadership. So the first experience that I had as a team leader was, well, let me talk first about the school committees, let's say. These ones are interesting because, you know, there's a lot that goes on in school every single day, and to make it all happen, part of our roles as educators is to, you know, participate in some of these little committees and meetings and things like that. But what I found is that usually it's just kind of like one or two people who step up and are like the leader of that group. And it's really hard to be effective because most people don't really want to be doing it. Like, let's be honest, like they would rather be doing something for their own family than, you know, putting together a reading night. I mean, even though they love reading, it's just another thing added to their plate that on top of the day is just kind of like too much to handle. So you kind of get like a lackadaisical, like people kind of help, but it never really gets to be what that team wants it to be. Or if it is, like to get to that point, it just makes it's a hard thing to achieve in the amount of time that the teachers are given, right? And so that's one piece. The second side of leadership for teachers in this area, you know, usually there's one team leader or department head for each department. And my second year teaching, I actually was a team leader, and to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I'm surprised that I got the position. I don't think I knew what I was getting into. Looking back, it's probably because most people didn't want the position and I was crazy enough to go for it. But you know, I think that it's important, as I started to think about this, planning this talk today, is that, you know, those positions where you're like the voice for your team, it really is a tricky one, because you know, people are doing it because they do want to make an impact, or a lot of times it's kind of like one of the only choices that there are for teachers to take a little bit of a leadership role at your school without having those extra degrees. And yes, there's a compensation for that, although it's probably like this big, especially compared to the amount of work that you have to put into it, and all of the meetings you have to go to, and all of the extra data, and all of the timelines, and everything that you're asked to do as a team leader for like $1,000. So one of the quotes that really comes to my mind is that that I heard from a mentor somewhere, is that if you don't know what your worth is in your hour and how much you're making, then it's time not very well spent. So now looking back, I know that that was not the best use of my time. Sure, I learned some things, and sure, it was helpful, and anybody who's in that role, you know, and maybe that's where they want to be and they are getting what they want out of it, and that's wonderful. But if you really start to look at it, are you getting what you want out of it? And the other piece, and this is really the hard part here, and this is the part that I really want you to think about. And I know it can be unpopular sometimes to think this way and to say this, but again, I'm not here to, I'm here to help you, and to help you to become more, to spark that passion, to spark that possibility, to spark the potential in you. So let's think about your role if you are, you know, trying to be a leader in your school or as a resource teacher or something like that. And I'm going to speak from my own experience, but I have found that it's pretty similar for many. You want to do something and you have an idea and you really think it's so great, and because you're passionate about it, you want to carry it out with your teammates and with your the people around you. And so you bring the idea to the higher ups and they say, oh, sorry, we can't do that. Yeah, it's just not part of the plan this year, sorry. Or yeah, well, that's a good idea, but we can't do it because there's not enough money, or there's not enough people to help, or it's not going to work with the schedule, or you know, that just doesn't work with, I don't know, whatever the case may be. Have you heard that before? Because I think that when you are excited and you want to share something and then you're kind of shot down, it doesn't make it very exciting. It makes you not want to keep trying to share these ideas, because you know that no matter what, it's just not going to happen. Or maybe it's going to be another 3 years. And so there you go. You lost, now you're kind of lost the spark inside. And I've been there, so I know. And it wasn't a good place to be. And so I thought to myself, okay, I'm not going to take that role. I'm not going to try to put myself in that position, and I'm going to find another way to be a leader. And that's what I did. And it brought me here to you today. So now, as a leader, and let me tell you, it's not always been easy, and I have definitely had to go against the grain sometimes and say a few things that maybe aren't the most popular belief with everybody. But I will tell you that it has given me the leadership that I was looking for all along. It's helped me to find my voice and what I truly want, not just for me, but more importantly, as a leader, for the people around me, so that we can truly make the change that we want to make as a leader. And so that's really, really huge. So I really encourage you that if you are looking for leadership positions and you're not finding them in your school, and as I go through the week and as you start to see and think about some of these things that I'm sharing with you about leadership and becoming a leader or being born a leader, then I want you to reach out to me, because I am looking for people who want to develop their leadership. I want to create leaders. I am using my leadership, my teaching, my experiences to help you in your leadership, your teaching, and your experiences. So with that, it gets me really excited. It's what fuels my fire every single day, is to be here to really empower other teachers to just be more that they want to be, and to love what they're doing and being paid for what they're doing, because by golly, you all deserve it. And so with that, let the fire inside of me ignite a spark inside of you. And please join me for the webinar where you can learn so many more of the secrets on how to develop that leadership in you.